guys, it's coffee time. Excited to be back. I only got a few hours of sleep because we got home super late and I woke up super early for no reason at all. But it's good to be back. I'm planning on going to bed early-ish, so we'll see how that goes. I'm just basically gonna let my body be like, hey, you should be sleeping now. Whenever I start to feel that fuzziness, I'm gonna be like, alright, it's done, it's happening, we're sleeping now. So hopefully I'll get plenty of rest, because I think this week is gonna be kind of busy, I'm not sure. But anyway, so yesterday was just as awesome as the first day. Oh, and I thought that this was gonna rub off in the shower, like, really easily, and it doesn't. It's like a for reals temporary tattoo. Like, this little bit, I don't know if you can see it, this little bit right here is where I started to scrub it, and then I was like, why am I scrubbing this off? If it's like, if I can just wash that area and still keep this on there for a while, I'm gonna. And yeah, it's stayed there. It's so pretty. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's like super pretty, and it makes me want to make stencils and then buy airbrushes and just constantly be like, what? I've got so many tattoos, it's great. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Although, the entire time that you're there, if the second that you put on some sort of a tattoo that's like a certain faction, then the people who are against that faction are totally against you. They were like, ew, why do you have Zerg on your arm? It's like, because Zerg is awesome. And then we got into a fist fight. Not really. Would that have been epic? You just hear it all over the news. Short girl gets beat up for tattoo. Or maybe it's short girl beat up other dude over tattoo. I don't know. It was depressing though. Okay, so, you know, I want more posters, yeah? So I heard that the posters at the Blizzard store were like top-notch, like high-quality nonsense happening over there. So I went, yes! I'm gonna go over there. We waited a while. I was like, I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna get a poster. Like, I don't care if I have a shirt, I don't care if I have the Diablo nightlight and all that. Although Muzzle Fuzzle bought the nightlight, I was so proud. But I was like, okay, I hear the posters are like dope, so I gotta see them and buy one at least, depending on how pricey they are. They were sold out! I went over there and it said, these are the things we're sold out of. All of the posters. Just like, StarCraft 2 poster, World of Warcraft poster, just all of them. I was like, so sad. Just means that I'll need to go online and buy some posters. I don't know, it just means so much more when you buy it at the event. It's like band t-shirts and stuff. You're like, well, I could buy this at Hot Topic, like a tool, or I could buy it at the concert. Except I never go to concerts, so, you know. Wah, 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 wah. I played Diablo, and I really liked it. Because remember, I hadn't played it before. This was my first time playing Diablo. And I actually really liked it. And Ro played with us. It was me, Muzza, Ro, and then another guy that they pulled out of the group because they made you go in as a set of 4. And we played multiplayer. And, yeah, it was fun. I played a Demon Hunter. And, Muzza was a Demon Hunter too. And we realized that we chose the same class and the same gender, so we looked exactly the same. And then Ro was a barbarian. And that was pretty sweet. And she really liked it too. And she likes games that are really easy to play. Like, just very like, run over here, hit that. Run over here, hit that. And that's, yeah. It was very easy. I think that it was on, like, normal mode, I'm assuming. But, yeah, I think it's gonna be a really cool game. So, it makes me want to play the beta, though, really bad. What was the other? Oh, we played, World of Warcraft, Mists of Pandaria, or whatever the new name is. Where you can be a panda. Okay, I was confused at first, because I heard all of this nonsense about pandas. And I was like, okay, so, which group is the panda with, and what's the other race? Because they always release, you know, a race for either side. And then, throughout the day, I was like, what if you can choose which side you're on? That would be kind of cool. Like, that would be a different thing. You choose which side you're on. Like, you can be a panda with the Horde or with the Alliance. I was like, alright. Poor Ro, that time, that did not work out. We played that game, and Muzza and I, like, got new gear and stuff, and we were doing alright, and we were attacking these monkeys that kept jumping on our backs that were super annoying. And Ro, the very first quest is you run over to like the sparkly bit and you get a weapon and then you equip the weapon, right? And then you get so much experience and money and the game, because you know it's like a first form of this whole thing. So Ro went to click it and nothing happened, and she was like, oh, I don't know like what just happened. And we were like, oh, maybe talk to Master G or whatever his name was. Like, maybe talk to him again and it'll reset it. She had to legit, like, reset the whole thing. Like, log out, choose a new character, log back in. So she didn't get as far as we did, but yeah, it was fun. She liked Diablo better. I liked both equally, I think because the nostalgia factor was there for playing WoW. I was like, I haven't played WoW in so long! And it felt kind of like playing WoW, but kind of like I wasn't playing WoW at all because there were only pandas everywhere. So I was like, so many pandas. Oh, but they were little foxes. They were very cute. They were very, very cute. Yeah, and what else did we do? We almost went through the voiceover thing again. Because we were like, it's so fun! But we held back. We restrained ourselves. But dinner was really fun. I got to be at a dinner with like a bunch of casters. So that was really cool because I had only ever like met Mike and Sean, basically. That was like it. So I got to meet Tasteless and Artosis, and I got to meet JP. DJ Wheat wasn't there. And is that it? I think that might have been it. Yeah, it was super cool. It was really fun. Poor Sean was getting like mauled by people. Like, we're just like, oh my god, day 9! We were like, oh man, do you want sunglasses? We can hook you up. We can hook you up with some sunglasses. We got some pretty legit ones. I didn't get to meet Athene. Almost did. Almost. I was so close. But it didn't happen. I probably would have said something terrible like, I'm really excited that you're from Belgium. I'm not like as excited to meet you as I am to meet somebody from Belgium right now because I miss Belgium so much. I was just like, oh, he's from Belgium, that's so exciting! And everybody was like, yeah, I mean, there's also just the fact that he's Athene, like, that's pretty exciting. And I was like, no, yeah, that's cool, but he's from Belgium, that's pretty sweet. I was just so excited. And I saw White Raw again, and, Trade Chat and I were gonna meet up again, and that didn't happen. BlizzCon is just very, like, especially if you're with somebody, like, since I basically hang out with Husky the whole time, like, you get caught up in stuff, like, really quickly. Like, things are constantly changing. So you can make plans and then suddenly those plans are not happening anymore. We're like, okay! But it's fun. It's super fun. And I was really excited, all of you that I got to meet while I was there. A couple of people were like, why didn't you do a meet and greet like Husky did? Unfortunately, like, meet and greets are really hard to schedule unless you're with, like, a company, which I wasn't. So, like, Mike was able to do a meet and greet through NVIDIA because, like, he works with NVIDIA. I'm not associated with any companies or anything like that, so it's harder to, unless you're at a booth, it's harder to do a meet and greet and not have it, like, be gumming up some area of BlizzCon. Does that make sense? Like, yeah. So, I never scheduled a meet and greet. I did tweet at one point. I was like, I'd buy Orc and Wolf! But I think a lot of people, a few people came over, but I think a lot of people, you know, when you're at BlizzCon, you're doing stuff. Like, you're not gonna be constantly checking your phone to see if there's a tweet. So I was like, ah, dang it. But maybe sometime when I'm a big deal, I'll be like, I should have a meet and greet at such and such event. And maybe somebody will be like, yeah, we'll sponsor you. And I'll be like, yeah, you will. Felicia Day was there. There was a huge, it was like a giant fuzzy ball around Felicia. Like, it was just so many people, like, just scattered all over the place. Like, just, ah! just wanting to bask in her glow so badly. She was there and a bunch of other people who were on the guild were there. And they were signing stuff, but you had to pay for signatures, I found out. They were signing stuff and taking pictures and all sorts of other nonsense. I didn't stand in line. I didn't meet her. I didn't do anything like that. I was just like, oh, that's so many people. But, yeah. Was there anything else that happened yesterday? I don't think so. I think that's about it. And then we got home really late, and I slept. Then I woke up, and the second I woke up, I was like, I'm not doing anything today. Not a dang thing, and I didn't. This is the first, like, productive thing I've done. I played Arkham City for a while, which is fun. And, that's about it. Oh, and I looked up, My Pyramid at mypyramid.gov, and, found out how much of each of the food groups I should be eating for a person of my age, height, and weight. That's like gibberish to me though. I look at it and I go, I don't know what this means at all. I see that it's like, you should eat a cup of this. And I'm like, alright, how do I figure that, like, if I'm not just home all day being like, alright, a cup of rice, done! Like, how do I figure that out IRL? Maybe it's just, you don't eat out ever. Which would be fine, it would be easier on my wallet for sure. But, oh, yeah. So that was my day, and my last couple of days. Now I'm hanging out. But anybody who wasn't at BlizzCon, I hope you had a good weekend. I had a good weekend. And I will talk to you again tomorrow. Okay, bye-bye. Mwah.